Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another impressive episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the trackle dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana. Now they love him in Japan. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight is a man who is doing great things. If you caught the student showcase 2, you would have saw that in that battle royal, the crowd was chanting his name. Hayalobo. Hayalobo. Yes, he was really over. He didn't leave victorious, but the guy, let's just say, people remembered him. So with that being said, everybody, welcome to the show, Nightmare Class 2 graduate, the Mexican Wolf Hayalobo. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Thank you guys for getting me in here and all that stuff,
Awesome. Honestly, Hayalobo, thank you very much for actually, finally appearing. When I first saw the student showcase 2, I was like, who is that guy? I gotta get him on the show. I was saying, hey, I was being like, hey yo, Diamond Sheik, I know you're a busy man. You and the bodyguard are busy making your appearances, and all that. But who is Hayalobo? Where can I find him? We got to get this man on the show. He is that impressive. And they were like, well, not on Instagram. I'm like, oh, shucks. And then we saw you followed us on Instagram. We were like, wait a minute, who is this person? And they have a neat drawing. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, snap.
Oh.
We got lost. But yeah, that is badass drawing on there. That is badass drawing on there. Like, who came up with that idea? Did you draw it, or was it a friend of yours?
No.
Sorry about that.
No, it's no problem. No problem. For answering Rob's question for the drawing. It was actually my friend Xavier. He drew up a little wolf skull. And it was just basically just going, how do I want to make it unique? How do I want to make it different? And he came with me and like, okay, we're going to do a wolf skull, but how bad do you want it? How neat do you want it? How does it have to have blood? Does it have to do? And I was like, well, you know what? I'll try neutral right now, just with the wolf skull, and then, go from that. It could be my logo and everything, that kind of stuff. So that's all I care about.
That's right.
Oh, snap. And you have shirts available. That's awesome, man.
Yep.
I got to say, though, yeah, thank you very much for actually following us. I was like, oh, snap. I know that guy. Wait a minute. That's Hayalobo. I've been looking for him like forever, man. I'm like, yeah, honestly speaking, though, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. We really and truly do appreciate it.
No, thank you for introducing me and all that.
Hey, no problem, man. We gotta big up the guests, man. Y'all make us. It's people like y'all that make Ringside Society what it is, man. Without y'all, we would not be here. So, and I'm not just saying that. That's no cap. Like, really and truly, we would not be here if it wasn't for all the guests that we had and so on.
True. Thank you.
And I gotta say, man, thank you. The Nightmare Factory, you guys are killing it. I saw both student showcases. The first one I saw was the student showcase 2, because our good friend, the Diamond Sheik, who actually started on this, who was actually a guest on this show as a fan, told us it was coming. The Bell actually told us the same thing too as well. And we were like, okay, well, we'll be watching it. And I saw it and I was thoroughly impressed. And I think it was that same weekend that WWE had their little pay-per-view, and I tell every one of y'all this, and y'all probably are like, man, Remy, you're just saying that because you don't want to get your ass kicked because we're right in front of you. But no, this is genuine. I liked your student showcase too, more than like, I'd say 80% of that WWE pay-per-view they had that time. I was thoroughly satisfied. And I saw the student showcase, the first student showcase. I saw it actually a couple nights ago, and I was like, wow, I like where this is going. This is pretty good. I remember some highlights I saw, and even like coming to the end of it when everybody was making their entrance and doing their special move on the other person.
Right.
I actually enjoyed that as well too. That was y'all definitely do great work, and I'm hoping I get the chance to see the Nightmare Factory live, because I know y'all are doing road shows now. So I really hope I get to catch a show real soon.
No, we got shows everywhere. So that'll be the good thing.
Yeah, I hope y'all get successful, man. I like to see places thrive, and we were just talking about this last night. Now is a great time, probably greater than ever, to be a wrestling fan, because you have so much wrestling everywhere on the internet. There's just so much to see. But I'm gonna take a trip. We're gonna take a time traveling trip back into the past, and we're gonna hop into Rob's little DeLorean that he has pictured at the back of him from Back to the Future. And I always ask everybody. I always ask everybody, what was the wrestling event or pay-per-view or show that made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
Ooh, man. Okay. If I have to, growing up, I wasn't really a big wrestling fan, believe it or not. I actually was playing soccer and everything, that kind of stuff, and I started watching anime and everything, that kind of stuff too. So it was just, two kind of things. Like, one's physical, and then the other one is just was staying at home watching some shows and everything, that kind of stuff, and just relax and everything, that kind of stuff. And it was my cousin Nan. He was actually in class 1 in the Battle Royal too. It was around 2004 Armageddon in Phillips Arena here in Georgia, that he told me, hey, we're gonna go see some wrestling tonight. I'm like, what's wrestling? And he tells me, like, oh, just come with us and let's have fun. And from that point on, I was like, okay, well, I'll go. I don't know nothing about wrestling. I don't know any of the wrestlers. I didn't know anything. I was a total noob. I was nothing. I knew nothing. And I remember in the first match, it was Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam versus Rene Dupree and Kenzo Suzuki. And man, I remember that match. I thought in my head, because I was maybe 14, 15 maybe at the time, and I was like, how is Rey Mysterio a little guy, like a little guy, and this other guy, Rob Van Dam, who's a little bit taller than him? How are they going to beat these two, 6'3", 6'2" guys, Rene and Kenzo? I'm like, there's no way they're not going to be able to win or anything, that kind of stuff. And I was very surprised afterwards. Like, Ray and Rob, they go in there, they had great chemistry. They started, doing combo moves, everything, that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, I like this. This is getting interesting and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, they won. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll keep watching. I thought in my head, like, if I get bored, I can just, go away, do something else, but I didn't get bored. And afterwards, the match keeps going. I think it was John Cena versus Jesus in a street fight match and everything, that kind of stuff. And Carlito broke his arm or something and that kind of stuff, if I remember the story. And next thing you know, John Cena won. I was happy with that. And last match I remember was my idol Eddie Guerrero versus The Undertaker versus JBL and versus Booker T. And all four of them, my God, they killed it. They completely killed it. The finish, I kind of felt iffy about it with Heidenreich interfering and everything, that kind of stuff. But it was my first match. It was my first pay-per-view watching live and everything, that kind of stuff. So it was like, okay, see what goes on. And then that was the end of the match. And after that, I was like, oh, that's it. I need to know more. I kind of want to know where this is going and everything, that kind of stuff. So afterwards, I became a big fan, and I went, instead of going forward, unfortunately, I went backwards, and I started watching the Attitude Era, the old age in the 80s, everything, that kind of stuff, to catch up basically to the other people that already living at that moment. And I was like, oh, but it's stuff like that.
You're on mute, man, Remy.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Yeah. Are they? Remy's still on mute.
Oh.
There you
go. We have technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's fine.
We might be having them on this side. But yeah, man, Eddie Guerrero, oh, he is one of my favorites too and stuff. The Olympics are coming up, or happening right now, and there's a old Eddie Guerrero Olympic commercial. I don't know if you've seen it online or whatever.
Oh no, I seen that one that he glues the other racers right there. And
yeah.
Classic Eddie, just going around lying, cheating, and stealing. He does his little shuffle and everything, that kind of stuff. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I was watching that the other day. I forgot all about that when it happened. I was like, oh yeah, because when I remembered, I thought he always tied their shoe together. So when he tried to run there, I was like, yeah, he glued them. That's right.
True.
Yeah, Eddie was the man. Oh yeah, I miss Eddie so much.
Oh no, yeah. Oh man, I really wish I did meet him before everything.
I had to switch to my computer because apparently, my computer my phone was on the fritz. So yeah, so you and Nan Botero are actually y'all are actually cousins?
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. And it's funny because I had a feeling, I was like, Nan Botero, and I know you two follow each other. I'm like, is there some connection between these two? And I was like, I got a feeling, but I don't want to assume. And then you just tell me y'all cousins. I'm like, wow, that's cool, man. That's that's really awesome. Hopefully we can see Nan Botero and Hayalobo, going after some, tag team titles. And I'll be like, no, I just saw those guys. I just had those guys. I just had their cousins don't go too far. We'll be looking to have him on the show too.
Oh yeah. I'll mention him and all that stuff when he's not busy and everything, that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. So yeah, Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, he was definitely a great wrestler. That guy, he pretty much had it all. He could definitely go in the ring. I wasn't a fan of his, but I respected what he brought. And man, I tell you, that guy, he knew how to cut a good promo, and he was just so entertaining, man. And it's just sad that he actually passed away. It would have been really great to see how things would have been if he were still alive this day, and all that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's just stuff like that happens, and it's just take it with a grain of salt. That's the best thing I can say. I really wish I could have met him before anything else. I saw him when I was a kid as a fan, and I thought, oh, I'll meet him when I get a little bit older. And
And the crazy thing with Eddie is that Eddie, he was the youngest of, I think it was 5 brothers. It was Chavo Classic, Hector, Mondo, and Eddie. And you would have thought that he would have felt a certain way, like, oh man, my bigger brothers are, they're all, established, and but he just pushed on. He didn't feel any pressure or anything.
Yep.
That's a good thing, Yeah. But hey, even though you were never able to meet Eddie, there are still two more girls you can meet. Well, three more actually. There's Vicky, Chavo, and then there's Shaul. I don't know if I'm saying her
Yes.
name right.
Shaul.
There's
Shaul, I think. Shaul.
Yeah. Honestly, Hayalobo, I am not. And just for the record, I'm not appropriating your culture. I took Spanish in college after my aunt told me that my great grandfather was Venezuelan. So whenever I hear see certain words like from the Hispanic vocabulary, I tend to pronounce them the way they should be. So yeah,
that's fine. No offense by to me. Okay, no offense.
Yeah. So now that you're a fan of professional wrestling, how did your journey go from and obviously you're cheering for your favorites and you're booing the bad guys. How did your journey go from being a fan to professional wrestler now?
Okay. So what it was is that it was last year. My cousin Nan, he tells me that he was going to wrestling school, and I thought in my head, like, you're going to wrestling school? We talked about it as we were kids, but you're going to go to wrestling school. He's like, yeah, I'll go to wrestling school. I was like, all right, fine. And the time I was doing 2 jobs, so I was kind of busy. My schedule was just in flux, just doing this and that. I barely had any time to rest and everything, that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, he tells me that, hey, I'm going to this school called Nightmare Factory. And I was like, Nightmare Factory? Oh, I don't know what that is. And then he tells me, just look it up. And I looked it up, and it was the coaches were QT Marshall, oh my God, Cody Rhodes, and everybody else. I was like, wow. It seems like people underestimated QT back then, and I was a fan of him, like in the indies and everything, that kind of stuff. But I thought, you know what, he seems cool and everything, that kind of stuff. So, but at the time I was still working, so I thought wrestling was not something. I think I was just gonna stay as being a fan than anything else. And my cousin graduated in December. And I met one of the coaches, and they told me, hey, we have an empty spot. If you're okay with it, do you want to take it? And me just thinking, okay, this is an opportunity that won't actually happen ever again. Try it. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I quit one of my jobs, and I was like, I'm going to have some free time, so that way I can do the training and go in the ring and everything, that kind of stuff. Because my God, in the ring, training for the wrestling is not easy as when I was a kid. Oh man, it was not easy. It was not easy for training. So pretty much I got into I think it was one slot open, and put my name in there and see, hey, I'm class 2, and pretty much there you go. And I started training, and ever since that, there we go, training.
Awesome. And hey, it paid out, man, because eventually you graduated, and man, when y'all had that battle royal, the crowd was cheering, and I was like, yo, this guy is you and this other guy, Jet Dade. You guys were like, the crowd was going wild for y'all. As a matter of fact, I want to play beer pong with Jet Dade one of these days. I want to play beer pong with that guy. Hopefully, or Gatorade pong. I don't know if he drinks, but Gatorade pong. We could actually do that. He'll probably kick my ass, but still, it'll be a fun event. But so you graduated now, and so after, well, okay, let me dial it back. 3 months of training, hard, intense training. You got to stay motivated mentally and physically, but it pays off. And now Cody, QT Marshall, Coach Glacier, Coach Ian, and all the other coaches involved say, hey, congratulations, you are the graduating class of class. You are the graduating class 2 of the Nightmare Factory. You can now go out and take bookings and wrestle all over the world. I'm not saying all over the country, because I know y'all gonna do your thing all over the world. But they said before you go any further in taking those bookings, you got to do a little student showcase 2. What was going through your mind? Were you nervous, or were you like, something? 3 months of training, I got this, or was it a mixture of both?
So the person underneath the mask was very shy, was very quiet. I was a very introvert and everything, that kind of stuff. So my wrestling was really good. I was happy with it, but I was very, very, very nervous. It was my first debut match, and just go in. And I'm just thinking, hey, am I gonna do good? Am I gonna do bad? Just many thoughts going in my head, and I thought, I did the training. I should know what I'm doing and everything, that kind of stuff. And it was going through the curtains, and I thought, you know what? If it goes good, it goes good. If it goes bad, then it goes bad. But once I put on the mask and everything, that kind of stuff, I felt very great. I felt like I had the energy to do anything. I just said, you know what? I'm going to do me, and that's all I care about.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the way, that's the way you just got to be, man. You just got to do you, and that's it, Every man and woman have their own legacy to create, and that's the best way to it. So in terms of so now that you're done with the student showcase 2, what's next for the Mexican Wolf? What's your goals? Immediate goals right now?
So for right now, I took a 3-month hiatus just to get my mental and my body back in shape and everything, that kind of stuff. After the 3 months of Coach Cody and Coach Glacier yelling at me, doing all the workouts and training, and Coach Ian telling me, "Oh, push this weight, push it," and all that. And took 3 months going back in my job, and more of anything else in the future wise, I'm gonna try to do more bookings, mostly for my cousin and me, so that way it's more tag team than being singles. So, and the plan is for us to be tag team champions somewhere. And that's pretty much right now. That's the goal right now. So,
I'm gonna make. I don't mean to cut you, with all due respect, Hayalobo. Mm-hmm. But before I found out y'all were cousins, we have a new thing called Dream Match Wednesdays, and we had our first one last week, which was the MK Twins versus, the battle of the twin sister tag teams, the MK Twins versus the Renegade Twins. Ooh. And this week we were gonna put how would a match go between Hayalobo and Nan Boteo, 2 mass superstars who just graduated Nightmare Factory, going head on. But now, since I know y'all are cousins, we're gonna tweak it a bit. Y'all are gonna be tag team partners, but we're gonna put you against another tag team. You're gonna see. Y'all stay tuned. For those y'all that follow us on Instagram, Wednesday, check it out. You're gonna see it. It'll be very interesting. And like I said, it's just like dream match. I mean, it could be any superstar against any other superstar. It's something that we started. It's all in fun. It's no need to. We're not here to, insult anybody or anything. It's just, how would a match go? and so on. So yeah. And honestly, I look forward to seeing you and Nan Mateo, and just go out there and kick ass and take names. Hopefully we see y'all in AEW, WWE, abroad. Hopefully we get to see you in one of my favorite promotions, AAA. I love me some AAA. That's where I found out about That's how I found out how badass Jack Evans and Angelico could be.
Oh yeah, those guys are amazing.
Those trios matches. Yeah. And then I forgot what the name. I know there's Murder Clown, Monster Clown, and Psycho Clown. I forgot what they call those. What their collective name is.
God, what was it? Oh man, I know which group they are. Psycho Clown. I love Psycho Clown. Oh man, I'm trying to remember, but because he's already going in the independent by himself, fighting and everything, that kind of stuff. Oh man, if I can't remember his group's name, his little faction, and man, now it's gonna be bugging me for the rest of the night.
We'll find it out eventually, but yeah, I found out about him, and he's like one of my favorites. And when I saw that there was a promotion, Pale Pro Wrestling. Shout out to Kyle Hessler and the gang down there that were bringing him in, and he was gonna face their champion Sam Adonis. I was like, he doesn't know what's gonna hit him. Why would he take this match against Psycho Clown? Psycho Clown has no chill. And I mean, even though he won, he was left. Even though he was able to beat Psycho Clown. Psycho Clown left him bloody.
Yeah.
It's a
look more like a fight for his life than.
There you go.
Psycho Circus.
Psycho Circus. That's.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
When I saw that match, Sam Adonis won, but it looked like he was fighting for his life more than having a wrestling match. That was, but I could definitely see y'all doing y'all thing in AAA and CMS. Hopefully, we see you in Ring of Honor and New Japan. I can see y'all going far, man. Once y'all got that motivation, which I know y'all got, y'all just keep on pushing. I know for a fact, Hayalobo and Nan Mateo, they're gonna be that tag team to watch. I believe in that. And I'm not just saying that. That's no cap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So, I just got a couple more questions before I turn over to Rob.
No problem.
By the way, if you're a Marvel or a DC fan or a Star Wars fan, he has a lot of questions to ask you about that. So,
okay.
Several years ago, your trainer Cody Rhodes, when he left WWE, he had a list that he put on social media, several wrestlers that he wanted to wrestle in the near future. And subsequently, other wrestlers started, doing that as well. So my second to last question is, who are Hayalobo's top 5 opponents he wants to wrestle? Anywhere, WWE, Impact, New Japan, all over the world.
Okay.
Top 5.
My top 5. Oh man. Well, if I go with my top 5, I have to go with some of the guys from my class, to be honest, because I needed some revenge and everything, that kind of stuff for them. First person on my list was Louis Lessons. Lou gave me a clothesline and he hit me right here, and I was like, Lou, you gotta do that to me. All right, fine. And I did my little special moves and everything to him. So in the whole camp and everything and that kind of stuff, Louis was very, very, he had the best agility and everything, that kind of stuff. So me and him, we can have a very, very good match. I got Jet Dade too, because I think he probably wants a little bit of revenge for me eliminating him. The third person would be Charlie Pratt, because he gave me that German suplex, and man, I want to get revenge on that completely for me. And the other person would be Chris, Big Match Chris. Gotta do Big Match Chris. Me and him, we gotta do one match with each other. And finally, the last person that's on my list would be my own cousin, Nan.
Oh, okay.
We wrestled each other when we were kids, so.
Some of the best matches I've seen, in my 31 years of watching professional wrestling have been brother versus brother. Haven't seen sister versus sister. I never saw that Bella versus Bella match.
Yeah, me neither.
But I've seen brother versus brother and cousin versus cousin, and they are definitely fun to watch. Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero was a nice one to watch. It was a great one to watch. I enjoyed the Hector. Almost called the guy. Was it Hector Garza? I almost called the man Guerrero.
Oh,
Hector Guerrero's a pretty talented guy too. But Hector Garza. No. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Angel versus Humberto Carrillo.
Oh, all right.
That was a great one. I apologize. I think Angel went as Hector Garza Jr. I could be wrong. I think he did.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, those are the family member matches are pretty fun to watch, and I've seen a lot of memorable ones. And can't forget Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. That was another great one as well too.
That's a very, very good one right there.
Yeah. So my last, and that's an impressive list. I would definitely see all those matches as well, especially the one with you versus your cousin and Lewis, who's another guy that I see gonna do big things as well. Or Max Levels, as he's now known as.
Yeah, Max Levels. Yeah.
My last question is, and I'm gonna switch it up a bit. Normally, I'd ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But what I'm gonna ask is, where do you want to wrestle? Where are you looking to wrestle in the near future, or possibly in the next couple of years?
Okay. If I want to do anything else, I gotta start with AEW. Gotta go with AEW Dark. Go from there. Start from the bottom and then going up, and then going to AEW. I love their tag team divisions, the Young Bucks, FTR, all those good guys, and the Varsity Blondes, especially with Julia managing and everything, that kind of stuff. If I can get my cousin and me to do that, and then we start winning the tag team golds there, it's the best thing I want to do. Just go to AEW and get the tag team gold. And if I have enough time, maybe the TNT championship, just, have one single run, see how that goes, So.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I really and truly wish you get that chance. Especially with AEW, their tag team division right now, and I'm not just saying that. I'm just calling it the way it is. Their tag team division is the division that tests, how well your tag team is. There's so many new tag teams, and even tag teams of old. You have like the Young Bucks aren't really like veteran tag teams.
Yeah,
to be politically correct. You have a lot of veteran tag teams, and you also have tag teams that are up and coming. So that's a great place to. I'd say that's a great place to actually, what's the right phrase? I guess to say test your tag team mettle, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob, because I know Rob has questions for you as well. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So what's going on, man? How's everything going your way?
Doing all right. Just hot, humid over here in Georgia. Just, my God, just wearing the mask all day, just killing me right there when I'm working.
Oh, I believe it, man. Yeah, that humidity, man, that kills you, man. I walk outside my house and it makes me speak into other languages and stuff. You know what I mean? When that humidity hits me. You know what I mean? I speak English, but yeah, I walk outside and I start speaking Pootie Tang language. I'm like, Salah Tang, flip flam on the tip of tat. Dang, humidity, jeez, man. But yeah, it makes me want to take my belt off, start hitting Mother Nature or something, humidity something, man. Start beating something, man. But yeah. I gotta ask about that mask, man. That's a badass mask, man. Did you order it? Did you make it yourself, man? Where'd you get the idea for that, man?
So the idea is from my same friend Xavier. He drew up the mask and everything, that kind of stuff, and same process as the logo and everything. Just we had a first design. I thought, it looks good, but we could do a little bit better and everything, that kind of stuff. And then gave me a second design. He was like, "Is this better?" I'm like, "It's just missing something, just something's missing." At the end, it was just like, okay, we'll just put the claws on this side and then claws on the other side, and then, have a mohawk and everything, that kind of stuff. And afterwards, there was this guy that he, in Mexico, he makes masks and everything. So pretty much, I sent him the design and came back to me the mask and perfect fit and everything. So I was very happy with it.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah. That mask looks awesome, man. If I could wear a mask, I'd probably get one like that, man. Yeah, those claws right there, man. That makes it even more badass. Over the eye, man. Like you said, you just got out of battle. There's your battle scars and stuff, man. It's like, man. Now you were talking earlier about like one of your first matches. You got to see Terminator, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were talking about RVD and stuff, and Eddie Guerrero and all. First match you watched and all. Now I have a funny RVD story, man. I used to watch ECW and stuff. I live in Delaware, and I'm not far from Philly. And my mom, she used to, when I was like 16, 17, she would let me and my brother and I go to ECW shows, if they're around here at college. But she wouldn't let us go to Philly at ECW arena. She was like, "Y'all ain't going there. You crazy." And I'm like, "Oh, Mom, come on, man. You're so uncool, man." Now I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Mom." You know what I mean? Jeez, man, we could have gotten killed. But yeah, one time it was where they were wrestling on, it was intermission. And my brother was like, "Hey, man, let's go out back. Let's try to see a wrestler or something, see if we can meet someone." I was like, "All right, yeah, let's go." And we go out back there, and all of a sudden you see RVD, like Phil Alfonso, and them, they're on the back there circle. Big smoke cloud above them, right? My brother, he's sitting there, he sees them, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "Yo, they should get out of here, man. It smells like there's a skunk around here. Ain't gonna get them." I'm like, yeah, that's what it smells like, man. Yeah, we gotta go too, man. Come on.
No, Rob was like, Rob is very, very into that 420 style, and man, I love Rob. I love Rob.
Yeah, I heard another story of his. Somebody was asking for an autograph, and he was at a motel or something. They're like, "Hey, can I get a picture or autograph?" And he was like, "Yeah, you can get a picture of my ass." I walk out the door. I'm Rob Van Dam, and just kept walking. I was like,
perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
He was like, "Dude told me." I don't even remember saying that, But I was like, "That's a cool story."
Sounds like Rob. All right there.
That's right. So, who are your favorites to watch nowadays, man?
Ooh, my favorites right now. If it's going with, I have favorites around every different what do you call it, company and everything. Like in New Japan, I am a very big fan of Tetsuya Naito. I'm a very big fan of Tetsuya Naito. The whole, tranquilo phase and everything, that kind of stuff, and like he's, go in the ring and he's just like, relax, just tranquilo, take it easy, and I was like, you can do that in a match? Man, why couldn't I think of that? And so I have Tetsuya Naito in New Japan. In WWE, I have Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is one of my favorite ones right now. I liked him when he was in PWG and Ring of Honor, when he was Kevin Steen, everything, that kind of stuff. But back then he was more hardcore, and now it's a little bit toned down, but man, how he can move and just going around everything, ducks, dodges, and all the power moves and everything, that kind of stuff. And I love that he replaced a pop-up power bomb into the stunner. And I was like, wow, okay, there we go. And then AAA, I got Psycho Clown. Psycho Clown, I gotta go with Psycho Clown automatically. Very, very one of the guys that he actually influenced me to do the Mohawk thing. To be honest, so it's very, very inspirational. A little bit Psycho Clown for it. A little give me on that.
That's awesome. Now I'm actually trained to be like referee, manager, all that stuff, and on the company I'm training for, Workhorse Training, all is 1CW, and they do a lot of shows with Psycho Clown and stuff. Helping out with the lucha shows, renting rings and stuff. And they're telling me, they're like, yeah, we get up there, you know what I mean? You go out there with Psycho Clown, you ref his match, he's gonna beat you with the belt, you know what I mean? So just worry about that, man. You're gonna get hit with the belt or two. I was like, all right, hard to show, man. Hey, man, Psycho Clown, man, you know what I mean? I'm not going to disappoint everybody in that crowd. They want to see that, you know what I mean? So, hey, hit me with that belt.
I did see, I think it was a post on Instagram or something that I think it was Psycho Clown versus somebody, and they were both wrestling in the rain. And I was just like, you know what? If you can wrestle in the rain, you can wrestle in anywhere. So, you know what? Get more props to you that, they kept going when it was raining, and the referee, like, Rob, if you want to be like that referee, just right there, ready to go. 1, 2.
That's right. That's right. And it wasn't just rain; it was a torrential downpour, man. That rain, it had like a couple inches of water on there. So it's like kind of like you sliding in like a counter. You want to get a pin, you're like, oh, hold on, man. Man, I got my ass stop myself, man. I don't want to go too far. Shoot.
Right.
Man. But man, we were talking about earlier, man. You said you like horror and anime, man, movies and stuff. Now, I did just finish watching a couple horror movies. Well, it was like 3 of them. Fear Street on Netflix. I don't know if you had to see them yet or heard of them, but they were actually pretty good, man.
I've heard of them and all that. It's on my list to watch horror movies and everything, that kind of stuff. I think for right now, I'm just anticipating for the new Halloween movie. That's for me. So I'm a big Michael Myers fan, big Jason Voorhees man. More of anything, I think it was actually I think it was Kane when he was with Undertaker when they were the Brothers of Destruction. I love the mask, and I thought, man, I want to get one of the masks one of these days when I start wrestling. And Lord behold, like right there, I got my own mask, and just stuff went my way, and that was good.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to ask you, who's your favorite slasher and stuff? But yeah, you say like Michael Myers and Jason. All I'm a Jason guy. Yeah, I like Michael Myers too and all. But Jason's always been my dude, man. I don't know what it is, man. He just goes out there, tear people up, man. It's awesome.
He always killed in the very creative ways, which I enjoyed in all the Friday the 13th movies. And Michael Myers, he was good, but you could do so much with a knife. And Jason just goes around like, oh well. He'll grab a fly swat and somehow he'll kill you with it.
I watched him kill that dude from Weekend at Bernie's with a weed whacker or whatever one time.
Oh,
I was like, yeah. Jason does all kinds of stuff. Even that game, I love that game, but they had that lawsuit and couldn't do stuff with the game. But to this day, I'll still play that game with a buddy, man. It's like it's awesome. It's pretty cool.
No, it is. Yeah, I enjoy it. 2 or 3 in the morning. I used to play as Jason, going around killing the little campers and everything, that kind of stuff. And I would kind of get scared a little bit. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Oh man, I should probably go to sleep.
That's right. I usually mess with them, man. I'll get on there if I'm Jason. I'm like, they run into the cabin. I'm like, hello, would you like to talk about the teachings of Christ? I'm here to sell Girl Scout cookies. You know what I mean? Please take this. But they'll be like, what? And I'm just messing with them. You know what I mean? They're like, go away, Jason. I'm like, no, we need to talk. Give yourself up to God. You know what I mean? Like, just messing with them. They're like, no.
No, that was one perk of being the killer and all that. I thought maybe they were gonna do the same thing as another game, Dead by Daylight. I thought maybe they'll put Jason in there, but they got Leatherface, they got Freddy, and they got Nemesis now, and from the Resident Evil game. So it was like, oh well, just a little bit more time, then we can have Jason. Just I'll be patient.
Yeah, that's right. Now, how'd you feel about that Jason? I guess remake, reboot, whatever. The one with Sam Winchester in it.
I liked it because it was new. It was a new take on it, you know. But he was human, which I kind of thought it was kind of like a little bit. I already went through the, you know, Friday the 13th Part 2, and then he came back on Friday the 13th Part 3, everything, that kind of stuff. And I thought for the new Jason, it was, he was human strength and everything, that kind of stuff, but he was still human. And it was not a letdown, but I expected a little bit more, like, you know, if he got shot or he got stabbed, he could, you know, get back alive. And I really wish the actor Kane Hodder, you know, went and revised that role for Jason. But, you know, I give it, like, if it was a 1 through 10, I give it like a 6 and a 7.
Yeah, I liked it. The first 20 minutes of that movie is like the perfect, like, Friday the 13th movie, man. Like, it is just nonstop action, like that. I feel like they did all their excitement in the very beginning. You know what I mean? All their I don't want to blow their load or whatever. You know what I mean? In the beginning, and didn't save it for the end. You know what I mean? Like, you know, got it all out there. That's what I felt. You know, but other than that, I thought it was cool. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody has their own taste, and like you said, Rob, the first 20 minutes, it was definitely Friday the 13th right there. Just especially with man when he captured that girl and then tied her up in the the sleeping bag, and I was like,
yeah,
bruh,
yeah,
so much torture before anything else. So.
Mm-hmm. And there's the Michael Myers movies, the Halloween ones. Yeah, I actually like those. You know what I mean? A lot of people were giving them crowds, like, man, I like that one. The one at the end with Jamie Lee Curtis, you know, came back, you know, she's like badass grandma, you know what I mean, out there. I'm like, yeah, this is I like this movie, you know what I mean? And I'm waiting for the next one, and then I think they have one more after this one, right?
I think so, yeah. It should be like I think it's like 3 parts, but
yeah,
right now they're trying to see how the second part is, because I think they're trying to do the same thing as like the old Halloween movies, like Halloween 1, then Halloween 2, and then Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, or something like that. That one I don't really, you know, that doesn't really count to me or anything, that kind of stuff. And then Halloween 4, 5, everything's like a cult now, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it, you know, see what goes, and then, but hopefully part 2 will be good. Hopefully, if they make a part 3, that, you know, hopefully they don't mess it up or anything, that kind of stuff. That's the only thing I got.
Yeah, because I did see like the trailer or whatever, and part 2, this one is kind of going to be like part 2, the older one. Like, it picks up right at the end. You know what I mean? Like Michael Myers sitting there, you just see him in that basement on fire. You know, you think, oh man, we're good to go. I was like, no, he's back.
Yeah, I think most of part 2 is going to be in the hospital, like the one in back then when they made it. So they're going with the same story, which I'm very, very happy about. So.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. As long as they don't get Busta Rhymes in there killing Michael Myers, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I like Busta Rhymes, man. You know what I mean? But oh man, how's he gonna kill Michael Myers, man? Busta Rhymes.
Some of that kung fu hip hop right there, just going around.
That's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're hanging out with the Wu-Tang, you know, RZA, just, you know what I mean? You're gonna pick up a karate chop or two. Anime, man. What are some anime shows you're watching right now, man? Have you seen that? What's the superhero one? Invincible. Have you seen that one yet?
Yes, I have. I've seen all of it. Can't wait for season 2. Oh man. I'll be honest, like the first episode, it hooked. It got me. I thought, you know, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen or anything, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, the first, I think it was the whole thing is like 30 minutes or 35 minutes or something like that kind of stuff. And then at the end, you know, you see the credits. I'm like, it's going to be like a normal superhero. My first thought of it was like, it's going to be like, I don't know if you know the movie. It was like, I think it was when I was a kid, it was a Disney movie called Sky High, like the little superheroes going to high school.
Everything I know what you're talking about.
It had Bruce Campbell as a coach, so that's the only part I remember. Bruce Campbell. And I thought this is gonna be like a high school Sky High kind of movie, and then wow, the credits end, and then you see Omni-Man just going around and just destroying everybody as their their top heroes. I'm like, okay, what's on episode 2? I'll keep watching. I'll keep watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that final episode, the season finale or whatever it was, oh my Lord, you know what I mean? When they find out everything, he's just making them watch. Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, because you can't spoil that, man, because you got to watch it and be like, you got to pick your jaw up off the floor. Yeah. I don't want to say too much because you got to watch it, man. It's like, oh my Lord.
Like, once you watch it, it's a hook. It's a hook. They got you right there.
So. Yes. Oh yeah. It's a hook, line, and sinker, man. They just got me, fish hook. Yes. Yeah, I'm waiting for season 2 also, man. I'm like, yeah. Another one I like is The Boys on Amazon.
Oh, The Boys. Yeah. That I haven't seen all of it. I stopped halfway because it was in the middle of training and everything for me when I was still wrestling, and I got home. Man, I got home from wrestling like around 10 or 11. I got home, ate, took a shower, and went to bed. So I didn't really have a chance to go and watch the full Boys. I knew half of it, but then I heard it turned out really great. Now I was like, you know what? I'll watch it one of these days eventually. So, but I seen half of it, so I'm like, well, okay. Well, it's getting there. It's getting there.
That's right. Yeah, man. I'm hoping for the new season, man, because they have what's his name, Dean Winchester, in there from the Supernatural show or whatever coming in.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's gonna be there. Yeah.
I keep forgetting his name in real life, man. So I'm just like saying Dean Winchester, because I've known that for like 15, 16 years of that, you know what I mean? So like it's easier for me to say that.
It's true. He is Dean, so it's more of anything else. He is Dean. So sorry for whoever is his real name.
Yeah.
But he always
I'll get it one day. I'll get it
one of these days. One of these days.
I mean, hey, Dean Winchester made him millions of dollars and stuff, you know what I mean? So I'd be like, man, you call me Dean Winchester all you want.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right. Now, have you got to see any of that Dark Side of the Ring episodes or the A&E biographies?
Yeah, I did. Automatically the first one that got me, that I got hooked, was the Eddie Guerrero one.
Ooh.
And man, I shed a tear. I shed a tear when he actually did pass away on I think it was on Sunday, and I was gonna go watch Raw, and I kept on watching a lot of people with posters like R.I.P. Eddie and everything, that kind of stuff. And in my head, I thought, oh, Eddie. I didn't know this. Maybe this just like wrestling. They just if some wrestlers can't come, they have to book other wrestlers to do the match. So I thought, oh, maybe it's gonna be the Undertaker versus Eddie. I'm like, okay, maybe that's why they're doing it. And I didn't know about it or anything, that kind of stuff. And man, I saw the live action Raw and everything, that kind of stuff. They rang the bells, and I even asked my mom, like, is this true? Is this actually happening? And she was holding me the whole time. Like I had tears in my face. I was like, it can't be true. And then after, a few years later, and Dark Side of the Ring, I was like, I'll watch it, see what's the whole business and everything, that kind of stuff. And man, I felt so bad for Chavo, because Chavo was the last person to see Eddie, and I couldn't imagine, how he felt and everything, that kind of stuff. It would have been traumatizing, I bet, for Chavo, and and I know for Chris, it damaged him a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I kept watching. I was like, part 1 for Eddie, and then part 2 for Chris. And there were two of my favorite wrestlers when I was growing up too. Like after the Armageddon 2004, I started going back and I started watching old wrestling. And I do remember, I think it was either Vengeance 2002 or 2003, and it was Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero versus for the United States Championship, the first time who's going to be the U.S. champion. And they had such amazing chemistry. going in there, fighting each other, and Eddie doing his little cheats, everything, that kind of stuff, and Chris just going putting Eddie in the corner and just giving him the hard chops and everything, that kind of stuff. I was like, this is gold. This is magic. They know each other so well. I thought maybe one of these days I'll do that with my cousin. We know each other. We know each other well, and we know when we're actually hurting the other person. But if I was like thinking, okay, I'll be Eddie, he'll be Chris, and we just beat the crap out of each other and see how that goes.
That's right.
But
yeah, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, man. One was I used to love when he would, he grabbed the chair, like young one hit you with it, though, so you fall down.
Oh,
oh man, that was great. I love that. That was hilarious. I love when he would do that.
It was one of those.
I didn't do nothing.
It was either that or the championship belt, whichever he had. Just knock the other guy out, and then he would put him in the side, in between both of them. The ref was like, what goes on? Eddie just like, oh well, I guess I'll pin him. Just
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I did like when they tagged him with China too. China, she was another one. I liked her too. Nice Wonder of the World. Man, they had a documentary on her not long ago, and that thing was it was pretty heartbreaking too, man. China.
Man, well, it is the dark side of the ring, so it's like you get to see the darkness out of everything. It's like wrestling is one thing, but closing the curtains, everything, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's different.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. So when you were doing some little training and stuff, man, did you get to do any extra work for AEW, man? Were you able to put on any sting masks or anything like that?
I wish I did. The problem was that after I graduated, I had to go back to work and everything, that kind of stuff. So I didn't have man, the Diamond Sheik. I'm very jealous of the Diamond Sheik going around every time to Florida and representing AEW, and then he got Austin Green, Julia, Dylan, all those guys. They went on AEW, and me, I went on a hiatus because I had to do work, and I just didn't have. They would mention it to me. It's like, oh, we have this opportunity if you want to come to Florida and do this, and I couldn't. I was too busy with work and everything. I had to pay the bills, So.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that, well, the opportunity happened. I did training and everything, that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna do a little bit of adulting for a bit.
Yeah.
And just pay my bills, and which I regret a little bit. But I need somewhere to live, and I need I need to do adult stuff. So that was the only thing.
I'm with you on that, man. I need somewhere to live and somewhere to shower, use the bathroom. I'm good. I got to do that. Yeah, I don't want to go out in the yard like an animal. My dog. I take my dogs out in the yard to do that, man. If they can do that, I can't. I'll get arrested. So.
True.
So, do you have a show lined up next? Or are you still playing it by ear?
Right now I'm playing it by ear. Going with a little bit training and everything, that kind of stuff. A little bit more training. I'm good in the ring and everything, that kind of stuff. But I kind of want to perfect a little bit more of my moves. Maybe if somebody from Class 3, because I know Class 3 they graduated, so I kind of see if they want to do a little match with me or something around there, or any of my faction members, Aaron Dallas and Aaron Kirk, both of them, they're in my faction. So I was like, if I have a match with them, I'm okay with that. Let's see what happens. Or they want to come back doing the tag team thing. They fight me and my cousin.
That's right. Now, before I pass it on back to Remy and stuff, I do want to say, man, I want to say thank you, for taking time out of your day, coming on chatting with us, man. I had a blast, on here chatting with you about, everything, man, wrestling, horror movies, all that good stuff. Hopefully we'll get you back for part 2, man. More time, more stuff to come, man. And then next time you're back, man, hopefully you're a champ and all that stuff, man. I'm going to speak it to existence. And all that stuff, man. I hope all the positive things happen to you, your family, and your career and all that stuff, man.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Hayalobo, really and truly, thank you very much for being on our show. We have one more question. It's from a fan here,
What's your
and
favorite
what's your
movie?
favorite?
Ooh,
What's move? I guess. Yeah.
man, favorite movie. Favorite movie. Ooh, there's so many I can't decide. Oh man, it was a Netflix movie. I'm trying to remember what it was. The Tale of Bupster Scrubs or something like that. I think it was called. It was something like that. I think it was like a little. It was like a 5-part or 6-part movie, and it was all different. All of them were different stories, but it was just one movie, and it was funny. I loved it, and I guess that would be my favorite movie right now. The Tales of Buster Scrubs. I think that's what it was.
Oh, cool, cool. Al J. Um, we will be having him back with his cousin once we get. So just a heads up, Hayalobo, if you're cool with it, and if your cousin's cool with it, once we interview Nan Boteo in like probably a couple months, we're gonna have y'all back on together, for another episode. This is just to see how the cousins are doing, and whatnot. Because I got a feeling, I got a good feeling that y'all are gonna be successful, in the coming months as well. And that's why we like to see people that we have on the show go out and eventually end up doing great things. Like we had Danny Limelight on here. He just got signed to MLW. We've had Red Velvet, and who else did we have on here? Red Velvet's now signed to AEW, and then of course we had um, Thunder Rosa, and now she's signed to AEW as well. Yeah, AQA, who's now Zadie Ramier, and Cameron Brennan, who's now Amari Miller. They're over in NXT. So we like to see people eventually, thrive, and it makes us glad. I mean, we're not taking credit for their success, but it's like, wow, we just had that person on the show, and that's why we here. We don't care if people never make it to WWE or AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor. Our motto is, the fact that you actually step into the ring and put on a show for us. That's enough for us to say, hey, we want to talk to you. We want to have you on our show as well. And that's pretty much one of our policies that we go by as well. So with that being said, I gotta say hi, Lobo. Thank you very much for being on our show. Really and truly appreciate you giving us opportunity. I'm glad we were finally able to get you on here because at one point you were like non-existent. Now we found you. So thank you very much for that as well. And with that being said, where can fans find you on social media if they want to find out when your next appearance is, or if they want to purchase Hayalobo merch, or and where can bookers or promoters find you if they want to book you for their shows?
So for right now, everybody can get me at on Instagram, Lobo Haya, everything that kind of stuff. Right now, that's my only account I have right now. I'm gonna do a Twitter and I'll do a Facebook, so that way I can do bookings. Like I said, I was in a hiatus. I'm trying to get back into the whole, the whole wrestling career and everything. So right now, that's the only account I have. But give it a few more days, I'll get everything ready. And for the merch and everything, that kind of stuff, I'll do the same thing. I'll put a link in for my Instagram and everything. So
awesome. So y'all definitely go ahead and follow this man. He has merch. Go ahead and cop the merch. Support indie wrestling. If you can't make a show, that's how you support indie wrestling. That's buying the merchandise from these men and women that are honing their craft and doing what they do and love doing what they do as well. So and also I'm gonna say it again for the thousandth time. All your AEW superstars and WWE superstars and people in New Japan and all that, they actually start off in the indies. Mm-hmm. Why not support them, starting when they're starting out? Then you could be one of those fans that said, hey, I was a fan of that person when they were just starting out. I have their first shirt, So with that being said, thank you once again, Hayalobo. Really, really, truly appreciate it. Rob Bass. Well, before I ask you, Rob, what's your social medias? If you want to follow our Twitch mod, Alicia the Warrior Princess. Thank you very much, Alicia, for modding for us on for Twitch tonight, making sure that the bad people and the bots stay away from us. If you want to follow her, you can follow her on Instagram and Twitter under @EndoSurvivor282. So with that, and also shout out to Kathy. Kathy, we miss you. Can't wait to have you back on soon. Rob Bass, where can fans find you on social media if they want to talk wrestling, be on the show? And where can bookers or promoters find you if they want to book you for their shows once you're done training to be a referee/manager?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Rob_Base82, and then Facebook, YouTube, Rob Base.
Awesome. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say, but who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter under @TheRemyBlue. You can also on Facebook under Remy Blue. It's a picture of me at WrestleMania 28. So that's my social media. Our podcast, however, is on more social media platforms, so give us a minute. So we're on Twitter and Instagram under @Ringside Society. Definitely follow us on there. We got a lot of cool stuff on there as well. And also, that's where our Summerway raffle will be, and also our summer giveaway launch. So definitely follow us on there. You can win. You can win cool prizes as well. Last time we gave away a copy of Fire Pro Wrestling World. So that's how we do. We're also on Twitch under Ringside Society 2019, and we are also on YouTube. Yes, which is where this episode is being streamed. It's also being streamed on Twitch, our Facebook group, which is also Ringside Society. But yes, YouTube. This episode is also being streamed on YouTube. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of cool interviews like this one, like the one with Hyena Hera.
Oh yeah.
You know, Austin Green, bodyguard Austin Green, and many more to come. As a matter of fact, this coming Thursday will be happening at a Hayalobo. I know you're familiar with these two young ladies, the Renegade Twins.
Ooh.
That's right, Charlotte and Robin. They will be on our show this Thursday, so y'all make sure y'all tune in because you won't want to miss what these two young ladies have to say as well. And we also have a I'm drawing a blank here, Rob. Teespring store. That's where we sell our merch. You know, check it out. Cop a shirt. You know, cop a coffee mug, hoodie for the cold winter nights. You know, cop a tank top for the hot summer days. All proceeds from those sales that we get go back into keeping this show afloat. It does not go into our pockets at all. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. We really and truly do appreciate you giving us a chance. You that tune in later on via our YouTube channel or Twitch or Facebook group. Thank you in advance. And those of you that hate us, can't stand us, and really and truly wish we would just go away. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but like myself at a Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
True.
We ain't stopping. So with that being said, we here at Ringside Society are very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. So with that being said, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for the Mexican Wolf Hayalobo, and Class 2 of the Nightmare Factory. What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
Dale, chicos, dale.
That's right. There you go. The Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we're still going through a pandemic. So stay healthy, stay safe, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.
Noches.